How do you define entrepreneurial excellence?
I think the excellence in the end is not the output, it's more the actions and activities and emotion that you engage in. It's the active mindset that you apply to the data that you get from the world. So I don't think it's a state of being, it's a state of action and being in motion. Taking data as what it is and making regressions and making convergences to the outcomes that you want to produce. So I'd say that's what defines for me entrepreneurial excellence.
So I mean, I like that at a high level, but I know my audience tends to think in sort of specific metrics to some extent. Are there any metrics you would say, like, I imagine many people, especially people listening to this podcast, would think that they are people who have that mindset that you just described, but it doesn't always mean you're going to have any level of success, quote unquote success or excellence, right? So what does the outcome look like to know that you're on the path of excellence?
One is you need to define for yourself, what does success mean to you? Is it living a good life there where you wake up, you have food on your plate, you have a beautiful family, you live in a place where you want to have? Is it perhaps defined monetarily, like you're trying to get as much money as possible? Perhaps it's health, right? Not everybody is blessed with beautiful health, and maybe that is your goal. So number one step is defining those outcomes. And if day to day you're making motions to progress towards those outcomes, then you are living that entrepreneurial mindset and you're moving closer to that goal. Now, sometimes goal does not need to be finite. It could be a balance, right? So let's say if you're getting to a specific level of health, a specific level of well-being with a family, you don't necessarily need to have more and more and more. How do I get closer to my family members and so on? There's a healthy balance that you need to maintain. But in the beginning, it's very important to define what are those important things for you personally and not necessarily for others.
What do you define as being important to you? How do you define excellence in your mind?
I'll start at the top. Through mental gymnastics, I concluded that our whole life is about basically an eternal war of space rocks versus life. So in a really, really, really long timeline, space rocks or life will survive. I'm on Team Life, and I want to help Team Life be there when that battle will continue to happen.
And the battle being just because we're a little blue dot in the middle of space and it's filled with lots of things that not intentionally, but might want to actually kill us, like space rocks or you name it. We just have to be innovative to stick around.
Exactly. And that's, I think, the mission overall. That's starting at the very, very top. If you have to pick one, I think that's the one which kind of logically makes sense. I mean, there are other ways to reaching that conclusion or a different conclusion, but to me, this one makes sense. And that's where my thought pattern descends from. And if I'm on Team Life, so what are two things that I can do? I can proliferate life or I can sustain life. And what are the things that I can do to do that? One, I can build a business. I can work for a business that does one of those, or I can help other leaders build those businesses in a way that I have had experience, had privilege of experience having. So then I can share that experience and also ask them really good coaching questions. That makes them much better at that. Founders, as a category, are the people who move the technological progress forward. So that's the proliferation part of life. And what I notice is that for a lot of founders, especially in the beginning, when they transfer from their full-time roles or they transfer from, let's say, their young age into something that is more specific business-wise, they are very technically savvy, they're very tactically savvy, but they're not have the benefit of experience of how to deal with other people, especially if they come from the technical side. Through our education or through our own mindsets, we learn really good how to operate with the technical founders, with the machines or interfaces, screens. But when it comes to interacting with people, we just don't get enough practice, and curriculum all the way through the PhD does not, in colleges or universities or high school, does not teach us how to interact with humans.